Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is John J Gaming on the mic here, coming at you with a brand new episode of the Lions franchise here on Madden 22 using that PS5, of course, because that's where it's at, baby. And we're here, man. We're getting ready to start number 2. Gonna show some highlights of the entire preseason for you guys so that we can go ahead and get a feel for some of the rookies that we brought onto the team, but something that I forgot to do in our off-season episode, I didn't go over the roster or what our roster is looking like for this upcoming season. So we'll go ahead and do that right now, starting with the quarterback position. Obviously, we have our new starting quarterback, Justin Becker, who's a little bit lower than Jared Goff, but he's going to be a lot cheaper, and I think he'll grow a lot more here. Just looking at the stats that Justin Becker has, he's got a cannon for an arm, 93 throw power. I do like to see that. Also has decent speed as well, 79 speed, 83 injuries, so does a nice job of making sure he stays on the field as well. So he's got decent mobility to work with as well, and I love this kid's arm on top of it. We just got to make sure, get him acclimated because he is going to be our day one starter. Beyond that, we don't have too many changes on this roster as of right now. We are carrying DeAndre Swift. He is going to be our starting tailback, of course, and probably going to be one of our centerpieces of this offense. Wide receiver, we still have Tyrell Williams, but we got him a little bit more notable of a wide receiver too. We went from Brashard Perriman. We got Donnie Watson. He is one of our custom recruits. And Donnie Watson, I believe, was a first-round pick for us. He's coming in with a 76 overall, but that's not what necessarily gets me excited, right? This kid right here, he's got a hidden dev trait. I don't know what his dev trait's going to ultimately end up being, but he does have some good speed, 93 speed, 94 acceleration. Route running could use a slight bit of work, but he is, something that you'll want to go ahead and work on with him. Has a good kick return too, so he could be a special teams player as well. Right now, he's currently listed as the 81st ranked wide receiver, so at least as of right now, he would step in as like a low-end wide receiver 2, wide receiver 3. But he has a lot more potential than that, and I can't wait to see what. Then, of course, we have our tight end, TJ Hopkinson. He's going to be starting with us, no problem, with Charlie Tamepu out here on the squad as well. We did bring him back for a couple of cheap years. Offensive line, we still got Taylor Decker. He is one of our captains, with Jonah Jackson manning the left guard position. At center, we'll have Frank Ragnall, who's almost a 90 overall. We don't have any 90-plus overalls on our roster right now. Still kind of in a rebuild, so something I want to work on with that. Vitae is going to be our starting right guard for now, but I'm hoping to address that sooner rather than later. And then, of course, we have our X-Star superstar X-Factor in Panay Sewell. He is at 20, or not, he's a 77 overall. Then on the defensive line, we got guys like Deshaun Hand still, once again, with Michael Brockers out here. Gordon Gant is going to be starting at right end. I might move him over depending on how Deshaun Hand develops, so we can see some more playing time for Gordon Gant. He is one of our rookies as well from Washington. At defensive tackle, we still got a young defensive tackle room, so that's something I want to work on still. Romeo Akura will be listed at left outside linebacker. Middle linebacker, we will have a new middle linebacker in Nick Edwards. The San Diego State rookie will be the day one starter as of right now. Going to be battling against Jelani Tavai. Jamie Collins starting to regress really quickly. He might be a candidate that does end up getting released, because we're paying him like a good chunk of money as of right now, but he's kind of like falling off a cliff as of right now, so we might cut him, but that remains to be seen. And then right outside linebacker, we got Trey Flowers. He's in his prime right now as a 80 overall. Then in the corners, we still got guys like Amani Oluye, who is a superstar. And we also still have Jeff Okuda. Solid corners, could be better, but they're young guys. We got them on rookie contracts. We don't have a lot of depth behind them, however. Free safety, we got Will Harris. And then strong safety, we still have Tracy Walker. So definitely some holes that we still need to work with, but thankfully we still have quite a bit of draft capital that we have to work with. We have 2 first-round picks this upcoming season, and then we have most of our other picks. We did trade away our second-round pick just to get rid of Jared Goff's contract, so that definitely sucks. But yeah, man, this is going to be our roster. One more custom recruit that I wanted to talk about, because I had the option to have, you guys could have a custom player that's not necessarily starts off on our team, is Gaston. He is a 14th overall pick in the NFL draft, and he got drafted to the Broncos. He's an 84 overall. He's going to have a hidden dev trait, so we'll have to like track him and see how he is. Very fast running back. He is a 96 speed right now, 93 acceleration. This dude is insanely quick. If he gets out into open field, watch out. Does need to work on his catching. Not the greatest catcher out of the backfield, unfortunately. Less than 70 catching. But that's something that they can certainly work on. But other than that, he can be a 3-down back in the NFL. We'll have to track how his career goes as well. So with that being said, what I am going to do is I am actually going to go ahead and play the entire preseason, show you guys the highlights for you guys. We're taking on the Bills, and then we take on the Patriots and the Jaguars in this postseason as well. So it's going to be a good set of preseason football action. If you're excited for it as well, do me a favor, hit that like button for me. And also, if you're brand new as well, hit that subscribe button as well. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into these preseason highlights, see how we look like as a football team. So let's go ahead and get this preseason party officially started here. And one thing that I would like to see change like from Madden in the future is I would like to see a different preseason schedule. I remember playing the Bills specifically for our first preseason game back when we started this series, but that being said, only so much that we can change at the single time. Will give us a chance, so at least give us a chance, to play with our new players a little bit. We got some new guys. Josh Beckley, and then we also have Matt Barkley at backup quarterback, so we can get a feel for them, get a feel for a few other guys, such as our custom recruit at wide receiver. We'll make sure, trying to get the ball to him at some point in this preseason, but, first preseason game, nothing too crazy. What we're out here doing, just making sure, getting the feet wet a little bit for our starters, then one of the backups, going to get a big look as well in this first preseason game. Gotta see, who's going to make this roster, who's not going to make this roster. We're going to have to make 11 cuts here at the end of this preseason. So definitely some things that we will need to go ahead and think about, as we progress through this preseason. As Quintez Chavez goes ahead, he starts on first touchdown of the preseason, baby. That's going to be good for Matt Barkley. So we take an early 15-3 lead here, and I know it's just a preseason right now, but the defense has been looking pretty darn good overall. Really haven't been put in any bad spots. Matter of fact, we have been kind of shutting down Josh Allen and Fromm as well. I can't remember his Jake Fromm. I was just having a complete blank on the name as that's almost intercepted, trying to get it out to Jamal Williams there, man. Man, that's tough. We had him open. We just kind of threw it late, and I don't know, we should have lobbed it if we did a back shoulder lob. That could have certainly been a touchdown, but, that's why Matt Barkley, is going to be going ahead and holding a clipboard for us, this upcoming preseason, but we still were, at the very least, able to get another field goal on the board. So we're still up 18-3 as of right now. I would like to see if we can go ahead and maybe start, let's get some touchdowns together, man. We've been getting in the red zone quite a few times, but we're not really finishing our possessions. And if we want to make it to the playoffs here in season number 2, that is something that we definitely need to do here. As we go ahead now, 2nd and 6, we do another play action, but Matt Barkley doesn't have time to process anything. We had circle wide, butt naked open there as well, but unfortunately we just didn't have time to get that ball off. And now facing 3rd and 16, and listen, I don't want to risk it for the biscuit. We're going to try to get it out to Jamal Williams, who's got some space to work with. He might make up the first down, and he actually does. Okay, picking up the first down. I like to see that. I love what Jamal Williams did there. Gives us a brand new set of downs to work with. And then we'll go ahead, hand it off to Jamal Williams. He's going to punch it in the end zone himself. So we do finally get to finish one of these drives, man, and it feels really good to do so as well. So we're going to go ahead. We're up 25-3, and we got the Bills, at least their backup unit, in desperation mode, 4th and 11. They're going to try to go for it because, I mean, it is the preseason, so why not? And they actually almost get it. That ball ends up being dropped for Jake Fromm. And so we get the 4th down stop there. As 5 seconds left, you know, game has already been decided. Just trying to finish strong at the very least. They trying to throw it short and just didn't work. I'm surprised they didn't try to just, you know, get it towards the end zone, because that would have helped a little bit. But we do end up winning this very first preseason game. Alright, so I know that it's just a preseason and all that good stuff, but I was really happy to see how this first game turned out, winning 28-3, and we did it a pretty unique way. We ended up getting a team safety early on in the game. The Madden moment did not capture that, unfortunately, so that kind of sucks. But that being said, though, you know, we clawed away. You know, we got a couple of touchdowns, you know, got some field goals, and defense played really well in this game as well. Again, it was mostly backups, but, I mean, team did its job. I liked what I saw, but let's go ahead and check out the stats for our guys and see how some of our players did in their debut. Justin Becker did get the start today. He did only play in the first quarter, but he wasn't too shabby. 6 for 9, 67 yards, no touchdowns, no picks. You know, he did a nice job taking care of the football. That's what I like to see. Matt Barkley came in. He was not too bad either. 17 for 26, 131 yards, and a tub. You know, just did what he needed to do to run the offense. You know, that's really what I asked for at the end of the day. Jamal Williams got the majority of the carries, ended up with a touchdown off of 19 carries for 63 yards. Receiving wise, Donnie Watson makes his NFL debut in the preseason. He ended up with a few catches for 20 yards, so nice little connection with Justin Becker when he was in the game. The lead catcher was Chad Henson. He had 5 catches for 22 yards in this one. And then Jamal Williams was also the leading receiver as well. He had 47 total yards on the day, but we had a ton of receivers, so get a ton of, you know, ton of run, ton of attention. You know, everyone, you know, got a chance to touch the football today. Defensively, Mike Ford was actually our leader in solo tackles. He ended up with 5 total solo tackles, 6 total tackles. Usually don't like to see your DBs and specifically your quarterbacks get, you know, lead the team in tackles, but I mean, 6 tackles is not too bad, and we only allowed 3 points too, so that's not bad either. Jelani Tavai ended up with 4 tackles, so not too far away from him. We did also get to his quarterback quite a bit. Sean Dion Hamilton got a sack. Gordon Gant actually got a sack as well. He actually had an interception as well in this game, so that was a little surprising there. Trey Flowers got a sack, and then Deshaun Hand got a sack as well. But it looks like Gordon Gant was the only player to get a turnover. It looks like we don't have any forced fumbles. I know we got a safety in here, but that's going to be credited to Deshaun Hand. So, hey, defense played really well. I like what I saw overall. Next thing up, let's go ahead and see if we can keep this momentum up against the New England Patriots here in this postseason. Let's get it, man. So let's go ahead and get the second preseason game underway. This time we are actually finding ourselves on the road here playing in Gillette Stadium. And how about this hole that DeAndre Swift gets to work with, man? Let's go. Nice little 12-yard gain to start us off here. First drive of the game for the Detroit Lions offense. Let's see if we can get Josh Becker going here. You know, a little bit of a mixed bag in the first preseason game as we try to throw to the right-hand side. Was looking for a receiver, but that is not going to be good, though. As we're checking out our draft class that we got going on, we got some talent, man. Donnie Watson out there, wide receiver. We also have Becker, you know, playing quarterback for us. He's going to be our day one starter for sure. You know, getting rid of Jared Goff, you know, not even worried about him going ahead and, you know, sitting behind him, you know, all that good stuff. We're going to throw Becker into the fire, you know, baptism by fire, man. So we'll see if he's ready for it. And right now, not a bad drive, man. Able to connect with Tyrell Williams there. He's off to a decent start. 2 for 3, 432 yards as of right now. But we do have a third down that we got to work with here. 3rd and 9. Gonna try to hit him with the play action, though, as we look around. See if somebody can get open for us. Becker's gonna try to run for the first down. Does he get there? And he's just short. Wow. Love the toughness, but you got to slide there. So instead, 4th and inches there. Going to go ahead and hand it off to DeAndre Swift. I just burped. That is sexy. And you know what also is sexy? A nice little first down to keep the drive alive. Is now 2nd and 10. Becker going to drop back. He's looking around. Going to throw it over the middle. We were looking for Donnie Watson. If we had him open, he had some space to work with, but just facing that pressure, Becker just could not get it to him. That's something he's got to work with, man. Trying to throw, better balls when he is facing pressure is something that we need to work on. He is really young. He is only a rookie. We do have him on a rookie contract as well. So, could have been a touchdown, but we will end up settling for a field goal instead. But not a bad drive at all, man. Not too shabby. We'll see how our defense goes about handling Mac Jones, though. We got him to a 3rd and 12 to start this 3rd quarter. And what is our defense doing? We were in man-to-man. Why was he butt naked open? I know I had a man on that guy. And it just kind of shows that our defense still needs work. One person I am excited about, Gordon Gant. He's, at the defensive line. As of right now, I'm excited to see what he can do. Although he gets pushed out of the way, so not a great look for him there, but as we go ahead and see the New England Patriots end up getting a touchdown there as well. So they will pull ahead 7-3 as Mac Jones is trying to get some good work done. See if we can hold him back, though. It's 3rd and short. Gonna drop back on a 3rd and 3, and they get it out to the outside. Looks like it's Melvin Gordon that ends up making the catch and moves the chains for the Patriots. Is Mac Jones with his 2nd red zone opportunity of the day is going to hand it off right up the middle of the field. And that's going to be a touchdown for the Patriots. They will strike back, but that being said, we got a pretty exciting game on our hands as well. Pretty close affair. We are going to go ahead and see how Josh Becker handles a 2-minute drill. 1:35. Becker dropping back, throwing to the left-hand side. He's got Tyrell Williams. What a freaking dot, baby. Let's go. And that's another thing, too. We are getting a little bit better, I think, with the timing routes, in Madden. Madden and NCAA 14, they certainly play differently, and that showed to a degree in, the first season. Stuff that we can get away with in NCAA 14 can't necessarily get away with in Madden. So, it's been a little bit of a learning experience. We took our chops, but now that we're feeling a little bit more competent in this game, we'll see if we can do a little bit better here as we throw another dot to Tyrell Williams. He gets it across the 10-yard line. We got ourselves a real good drive, man. Gonna go ahead, take a timeout. It's now 1st and goal, 1:17 left in this first half. Becker dropping back again. Gonna throw over the middle of DeAndre Swift into the end zone. Touchdown, Lions. Let's go, baby. Becker finishing that 2nd preseason game pretty strong, man. Helping us take a 17-14 lead. And not only that, we also do have this ball here. Look at that catch by Chad Henson. Oh, my goodness. He was wide open. Wish he would have underthrew him just a little bit on purpose so that Chad Henson didn't have to work so hard. But, man, what a catch, though. So we're back in the red zone once again. 2nd and 9 coming up as we drop back. Looking around, trying to get it to right-hand side. We had Charlie Tomapu. We had a touchdown there, but Matt Barkley couldn't put it on the money. As now 3rd and 9. Barkley dropping back. Going to throw over the middle. Finds Jarrell Williams. Gets it to a goal line situation. Moves the chains, man. I like to see it. Let's see if we can punch it in, though. 1st and goal for us. Still have Jarrell Williams in the backfield. And we're going to go ahead, punch it in the end zone. Touchdown, Lions. And we're starting to pull away a little bit now. We got ourselves a little 2-possession game to work with. Really putting the pressure on the New England Patriots. It looks like Kyle Allen is there playing quarterback for the New England Patriots. He is listed as the backup. We'll see what he's got. He tried to throw it deep there, but, you know, it just wasn't there. And stumped him out, man. So, offense back on the field. They did end up picking up a field goal there. Very long field goal, actually. But, that being said, we have an opportunity here to go ahead and run some time off the clock. Try to finish this game off once and for all. 3rd and 1, though. Going to try to go with an easy pass. If it's not open, though, we will go ahead and try to run with it. Try to at least keep the clock running, and we pick up the 1st down. That's what I really like to see. Okay. I'm liking what I saw there. So we can keep the clock running. Patriots still have 2 timeouts. And look at this. Williams just going to work. He's such a nice power back for us to have, I will say. And he's going to be important here in this 2-minute drill as we run the football one more time here. We'll see if we can pick up the 1st down, though. As we hand it off to Jarrell Williams, looking to pick up the 1st down, but he can't get there for us, though. So we couldn't necessarily take all of the time off the clock. So they'll have 16 seconds left here. Just got to make sure we keep him out of the end zone. It shouldn't be that hard. Kyle Allen's in the game. He's not known for the big arm. And how about this? Gordon Gant seals the deal here, man. Let's go, baby. Taking care of business, winning preseason game number 2. So even though this may be the preseason, it is nice to be able to see our team go on the road and beat the Patriots. Gillette Stadium always can be a pretty difficult place to play at times. But it does feel good to go ahead, get the job done once again. This time we did see the starters play for a full half, so we get to see a little bit more of Justin Becker. Doing some nice stuff overall, man. 11 for 17, 157 yards. Did throw an interception, but also had 2 touchdown passes to his name. Mac Barkley was fine. You know, he'll be serviceable as a backup, but Justin Becker, you know, looking pretty good as a draft pick for us right now. As we take a look at our rushing attack, Jamal Williams leading the team in attempts and yards, had 15 carries, 61 yards, and a touchdown on the day. DeAndre Swift also with 13 carries and 41 yards. For the receivers, though, do end up seeing Tyrell Williams end up hitting over 100 yards. So Tyrell Williams definitely getting some love from Justin Becker, which is really good to see. Unfortunately, could not get our custom recruit involved. Or not custom recruit. I'm more of a college guy, you know, so still gotta get used to that. Our custom player did not, touch the ball this time around. We tried to connect with him, but we had a little bit of inaccuracy problems early on with Justin Becker that we'll have to try to go ahead and work through. But Tyrell Williams did get into the end zone, and so did DeAndre Swift through the air. So, again, just like what I'm seeing overall. And then, of course, his defense now. The defense, allowed more points to be scored this time around than last time out. And, again, I think it's going to be an issue long term, seeing our defensive backs, leading the team in tackles. Corn Elder was the guy this time around. He had 11 tackles. He didn't have any TFLs, didn't have any sacks, didn't have any picks like that. But Cornell was flying around and making plays, I guess, but that also means we were still getting gashed in the secondary. It's something that I want to address for the future. But Romeo Okora, ended up with 7 total tackles, and then Tracy Walker had 6. One person that I do want to talk about, though, is Gordon Gant. He was one of our draft picks. I believe he was a 2nd-round pick for us, if I'm not mistaken. 2.5 sacks, man. I love to see it, man. Mainly was with the backups in the second half, so he's going up primarily against, second-string offensive linemen. But at the same time, though, he's dominating them. He could be a factor for us this season. Julian Okura was also able to get in there. He got half a sack as well. He helped with one of Gant's sacks to help seal the deal. As for for turnovers, we actually did not. I don't think we forced any turnovers today. We did not get any turnovers this time around. But overall, it was a pretty clean game, and we did what we needed to do. We are now 2-0 in good old-fashioned preseason. We have one more preseason game against the Jaguars, which we'll go ahead and get into shortly. But that being said, if you're enjoying the content right now, make sure you go ahead and smash that like button. Hit subscribe as well for me if you have to be brand new. And now, let's go ahead and get into this preseason action against the Jaguars. Let's see if we can go 3-0. Let's go, baby. Alright guys, so we are getting ready to go ahead and get our final preseason game underway, all that good stuff, and we have a message here. Looks like a veteran wide receiver wants to help us out to see if try to help him out in and Tyler Williams asked seeing if Quintez Chavez any way that he could help him out in any type of way. I'm just gonna go with however you can help out, man. Spend some time with him. I would have preferred that you spend time with our rookie wide receiver because we helped brought him in. But they give him a little bit of an XP boost to Quintez Chavez, so that's kind of cool. Probably was gonna lead to something else, but whatever, man. We'll go ahead. We'll get this game going against the Jaguars. See if we can go for real this time. Gonna be actual gameplay. Let's get it, man. So like I said earlier, man, I've been liking what I'm seeing overall in these preseason games. We're 2-0, but I'm interested to see how this game goes down. This is going to be a kind of a dress rehearsal game for us. Starters are going to be playing 3 out of 4 quarters, of course, so we'll see what ends up transpiring. We'll see what ends up happening here, man. As we got Trevor Lawrence to deal with. 3rd and long that he has. They do end up throwing it way short for the first down marker. Tight end just could not, stay on his feet. He had plenty of space to work with. So at least hold him to a field goal there. But our starting offensive attack, not doing so hot against this Jaguars defense. And I mean, it's going to happen, at times, we might be a little inconsistent just because we do have a rookie quarterback. But I like what this rookie QB is capable of getting done. As there is our starting QB, Becker. He's chilling on the sideline right now, waiting to go ahead and get this football. As Trevor Lawrence going to drop back once again. He's got a clean pocket to work with. Gets it to the left-hand side, but is not going to get it into the end zone. No, he's going to be marked down at like the 1-yard line. Will Harris was the one that ended up pushing him out of bounds, but Travis Etienne, gonna get his first real action. He was hurt a lot in his rookie season. He's back out there, man. He picks up a touchdown here in this preseason. And they're gonna take an early 10-0 lead here, and we're not gonna lie to you guys. We are really hitting that struggle bus right now. Just having some pretty tough time, trying to contain this Jaguars offense. And I know that's going to be something that we need to continue to work on. If we want to be a Super Bowl contender someday, we have to work on the defense. We didn't really draft as many defensive players, at least quality defensive players, as I wanted to. As we throw over the middle, we get it out to Williams. He's got some space to work with. Finally, a really good play. It's been a little bit tougher. Becker, at least not throwing any picks, not, turning the ball over. But at the same time, got to get some points on the board, though. We'll see if we can do it here. 3rd and 9, dropping back. Going to try to get it over the middle. And TJ Hopkinson drops it. That was a potential touchdown pass. Not that it would have even mattered, because there's a penalty on Taylor Decker. So now 3rd and 19 coming up for us here, man. Got to see what play that we're going to be rocking with. Is now Becker is chilling in shotgun once again. Gonna drop back, facing some pressure. Gonna try to unwind, go deep downfield for Hopkinson again, but he can't come down with it once more. We gotta go ahead and bring out our field goal unit, as Matthew Wright is out there for this 49-yard field goal attempt. He actually does get it to go through, but man, we should have had ourselves a touchdown right there. Just a game of missed opportunities, at least so far, as now we're here in the 4th quarter, and Gardner Minshew is still on this roster, surprisingly. So that's really interesting to see, but we will end up seeing a first down. It's now 4th and 6 coming up here. Barkley gonna drop back the pass, gonna throw over the middle, gets it out to Ratley, picks up a first down. Don't think we're gonna end up winning this game, but thankfully it's a preseason game, so not much to really worry about. But bro, we gotta make that pass though. He was wide but naked open. We gotta make that pass, Barkley. And he's a little bit better than the backups that we had in the past, but hopefully we don't see Matt Barkley in the regular season, because if we do, it's gonna be trouble. So we lose 26-9 against the Jags. So not the finish that we wanted at the end of the day, but we still had a 2-1 preseason record, at least, for this preseason. And it was just one of those things where our offense just ended up stalling out for a lot of the day. And that's going to happen sometimes when you have a rookie quarterback and you also, still trying to build up this weaponry a little bit on the outside. There's going to be some growing pains with this, football team still. But, I mean, the silver lining is Justin Becker, again, and this is why we traded away Jared Goff. He still took care of the football. He did not turn the football over at the very least, but 11 for 25 for 84 yards. I mean, just got to be better than that. Mac Barkley couldn't really do much of anything himself, so there's that. DeAndre Swift did fumble the football. Now, I don't know if he lost it or not, because I didn't see that in the Madden moments, but that's a little bit concerning as well. We didn't get our run game going, and that's what I want this offense to be stable like. Want to establish the run, all that good stuff. TJ Hopkinson, 5 catches, 33 yards. That's nice. That's cool. Nobody really got into the end zone for us, unfortunately. Trying to get it to Donnie Watson, but he had 2 drops in this game, so not a great preseason for him. But hopefully he has like a Jamal Chase kind of turnaround. Have one of those things, because he had a lot of drop problems in the preseason, but then was able to turn around and get the job done anyways. For tackling though, Corn Elder was all over the place, and again, we were shredded apart a little bit on this defensive side of the ball. 17 tackles for Corn Elder. We need our other players on this defense to step up. Jamie Collins, he had 7 tackles in this game. Jeff Okuda had 6 tackles as well. Didn't do as good of a job getting to the quarterback though. Julian Okora had a sack, and Jordan Gant again had a sack. He might be somebody that we might have to think about bringing into the starting lineup, but that might be another time. But at the very least, seems like it'd be a really good rotational piece for us. So nice job for us, doing a really good job with the draft there. But we didn't force any turnovers. And if we want to be a playoff team, like we were in the conversation for most of season 1, we need to be better. We need to have a better, do a better job of forcing turnovers. Because if we lose a turnover about 9 times out of 10 with this team that we still have, we're probably going to keep losing games. So, I mean, it's something that we just need to do as a defense. Be more aggressive. On the plus side, though, we do find out that we do have a player upgrade for DeAndre Swift, which we are more than happy to take on. He had a nice preseason overall. Could have been a little bit better with the, not fumbling the football. But I'm going to go ahead and improve receiving back a little bit. He's not a power back. He's one of those notable exceptions. Our scheme calls for like a power runner, but at the same time, we don't, he's not a power runner, but, he's got good speed. He's elusive. I like DeAndre Swift, actually. So, hopefully he can rebuild what he did back in season 1 and, continue to improve for us, man. But before we go about getting started with this regular season, we do need to go ahead and make some cuts on this team, man. We're giving some recommendations, seeing what we have. They want us to cut Tyrell Williams, but I want to go for somebody else. I want to go ahead. Well, one cut that I do want to make, because I know he's going to be going very quick. I'm going to cut Jamie Collins. They don't recommend cutting this player, but you know what? That's what we're going to end up doing, because he's in a battle between Jelani Tava, Jamie Collins, Alex Azalone. We definitely aren't cutting Nick Edwards. So Jamie Collins, we're gonna go ahead and get rid of him. And that's gonna create a lot of cap space for us for the future as well. And now we'll go ahead and jump into the recommend, see what we got going on. So this is what we have. This is what we got going. Dedrick Mills, he can go. Jerry Jacobs, I don't really even see him in the preseason really. So I'm gonna get rid of him as well. What else do we have going on? And it's basically gonna be going off of recommendations beyond that. We'll have Kevin Strong go. We'll move Alex Brown. We'll move him there. Can we move him to the practice squad? Would that count as a cut? Okay, cool. So we can. That's nice. Yeah, because I'm going to move some of these guys to the practice squad. Dennis Robertson. Yeah, we'll definitely move him. Still need to cut one more player. Madre Harper. We'll go ahead and send him to the practice squad as well. And that's going to cover our 11 players, man. So, next episode, we will have our first, regular season episode. Probably will be a, just one game with the Chicago Bears as a divisional opponent, but it could also end up being one of those double headers, depending on what happens. You never know. But with that being said, I hope you enjoyed this preseason video, and if you did, I encourage you to smash that like button. Hit subscribe as well if you have to be brand new to the channel as well. This is John J. Gaming on the mic signing off, but I'm hoping you're all out there having a good one. Take care, everybody.